Hi, everybody. I don't expect a lot of live viewers. I'm just going to dive right into the comments that I have for you today. I am experiencing a lot of frustration and I want to share it with somebody. And while I am home by myself, while my wife and kids are out of town, I'm going to share it with you, Facebook land. I used to have a MacBook Pro, a 2015 MacBook Pro, and many people have called that the greatest laptop that has ever been. It was firm and solid. It had good ports. I sold it a few months ago after using it daily for over 3 years, and it was a workhorse. It never failed me. It was a wonderful machine, and frankly, I kind of regret selling it. There were good reasons for me to sell it. I had a fantastic deal on a brand new laptop, and for the most part, it's a good machine. Good processor, can handle an obscene amount of open tabs, which I take full advantage of. But here, ladies and gentlemen, here is my problem. And some of it may be familiar to you, and some of it may be new. Let me dive in. What is this thing called? This bar at the top. You know what I'm talking about. This guy right here. Did anybody ask for this feature? Was anybody requesting, hey, Apple, why don't you come up with a bar of intangible buttons at the top of my keyboard that I can accidentally touch every time I'm typing? And it will do random things depending on which applications I happen to have open and which parts I happen to be selecting right now. Was any human mortal being asking for that feature? I don't think so. I think they thought it was a clever idea and rolled it out way before they did any actual testing with real human users. Let's add one more thing to that complaint list, because I'm not done yet. This guy right here, the old reliable touchpad. See, I don't have any problems with touchpads themselves. I use this one every day, and for the most part, it's quite reliable. The problem comes in when I am trying to type something, anything. Here's a document, here's a thing I'm typing right now. So my hands are not abnormally large. They're not huge. I don't have giant hands. I'm 6 foot tall, and my hands are probably proportional to that human height, right? Not outside the general range of a healthy adult man in America, a common user of the MacBook Pro. But here's the thing. When I put my hands on this keyboard, what do I get? This giant trackpad that takes up fully more than half of the width of this machine. This giant trackpad is where my palms go. Now, if you're telling me that it doesn't sense my palms, maybe there's technology that's doing that. Maybe you're right to an extent, but I gotta tell you, I think it is flawed technology. Because when I start typing and I'm really going to town and I've got the juices flowing in my head and I just need to get them on paper, guess what happens? A ridiculous number of typos come out of my fingers, and I don't think it's entirely my fault. I think my palms are hitting the touchpad, and I think my errant fingers, whether it's a pinky or ring finger or something, are touching this little touch bar up top that no human being ever asked for. So what have we got? We've got like the 4-inch span of keys right here, this little tiny span that's everything I need to type a document. And then on either side of that, below and above that, we have insane nonsense roulette buttons, right? The touchpad will do some random thing depending on what application you're in. And this guy down here, I don't know, depends on where your cursor is. I could be clicking on anything with that palm of mine that happens to be resting in a totally normal, natural human position for typing, but also is unavoidably on the touchpad. This is ludicrous. I don't know if I know anybody at Apple, but I'm looking for you people. I'm looking for the engineers. I'm looking for the beta testers.